Alright, let's look at the homework 14.7, problem number 5. Alright, so we want to find the absolute maximum and the minimum values of this given function f over the given set D. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so I drew D. So D is going from, let's say, x is between 0 and 4, and y is between 0 and 5. So D is this rectangular region. Right? So first thing we want to do is we're going to try to find the critical point. So let's do that. So we take the partial of f with respect to x. So this is going to give us, let's see, partial of 4x with respect to x is 4, and partial of 6y with respect to x is 0, and partial of a negative x squared would be negative 2x, and a partial of negative y squared with respect to x is 0, and the derivative of 7 is 0. So you just get that. So if you set that equal to 0, and you can see that x is going to be equal to 2, right? So we got that. Alright, then how about the partial derivative of f with respect to y? And you're going to do that's 0, derivative of 6y, so it's a 6, and that's 0, so it's a negative 2y. Right, so this is going, if you set that equal to 0, and you can see that y is equal to 3. Right, so the critical point is going to be x equals to 2, so it's going to be right in the middle, so that's 2 there. And y equals 3, so let's see, so it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 is right there, right? So we know that it's going to be somewhere around here. So I'm going to say dot, 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 dot. Right, so dot, 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 dot. Right, so we have a critical point right here. Alright, let's just try to find the corresponding value at that critical point. So we just have to find f of 2, 3. So 2, 3, and that's equal to, alright, so 4 times 2 is 8, and 6 times 3 is 18, right? And then minus 2 squared, so minus 4, and minus y squared, so it's minus 9, and then you have a plus 7, right? So what's this? So you have 8 plus 18 would be 26. 26 plus 7 would be 33. And then 33 minus 4 is 29. 29 minus 9 would be 20. So we get 20. Alright, so I'm going to just indicate it by putting a 20 right here. So I'm going to say 20. Right, so let's say in a circle. So that's the value there. Alright, then another place you have to look at it is a boundary. Right, so I'm going to just do the endpoints first. Right, so endpoints are here. So let's look at the 0, 0. Right, so what would be f of 0, 0? Right, so it's all 0 except for 7. Right, so which means that at the origin you're going to have a value of 7. So I'll just put the 7 there. Right, and how about the 4, 0? So we do f of 4, x is 4, y is 0. So you're going to get 4 times 4, 16. And that's 0, and 4 squared would be, so minus 16, that's 0 plus 7. So it's actually 7. Alright, so at this point, 4, 0, you're going to have a value 7. Alright, so I'll just put it here. All right, and how about right here? 0, 5. Right, so if you compute the f of 0, 5, right, so x is 0 and 5, so it's 30, and minus x squared is 0, and minus 5 squared, so it's 25, and then you have plus 7. Right, so it's going to be 5 plus 7, so it's 12. Right, so value there is 12. I'm going to just put 12 there. All right, and how about this point, this corner, 4, 5, and the f of 4, 5. So it's going to be, all right, x is 4, so 4 times 4 is 16. And 6 times 5 is plus 30. And then, but we minus 4 squared would be 16. And then 5 squared would be 25. Then we add 7 to it, right? So we know that 16 and the negative 16 cancel out. 30 minus 25 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. So you get 12 there. Right, so 12 there. All right, so let's look at the boundary on the x-axis. All right, since it's on the x-axis, we know that the y value is 0. So if you consider f of, right, so x comma 0, right? Then you're going to get to, so y is 0, so all the y terms is gone. So you have a 4x minus x squared, and you still have 7 plus 7, right? Then what you do is we're going to take the derivative. So you take the derivative with respect to x, so x comma 0. Then you can see that the derivative is 4 minus 2x, right? So if you set that equal to 0, you can see that the critical number would be x equals 2. All right, so x equals 2, which is here at this point. So we're going to find the value there too. So what you do is just you plug in, all right, y value is 0, but x2 is there, all right? So it's 4 times 2 is 8. Y is 0, so x squared would be 2 squared, so it's 4. And then y squared is 0 and plus 7. Right, so you have, let's say 8 minus 4 is 4, plus 7 is 11. Right, so you get a value 11 there. Right, and let's look at this along the y-axis, which means that the x is equal to 0. So I'm going to say f of 0 comma y. Right, so x is 0, you're going to get the 6y minus y squared plus 7. All right, then if you take the derivative, in this case with respect to y, you're going to get the 6 minus 2y. If you set that equal to 0, you can see that the y is equal to 3. All right, so we're looking at this point there, y equals 3. So let's find the value there. So f of 0 comma 3. All right, so x is 0, 3 times 6 is 18, and x squared is 0 minus, so 3 squared would be 9, plus 7. Right, so you're going to get 9 plus 7, so it's 16. So you're going to get a value 16 at the 0, 3, right? So you have a 16 here. All right, then let's look at this top here. So let's see, y value is 5. All right, so we're going to get, I'm going to go up here, f of, So y value is 5. So x comma 5. Right? Then you're going to get the 4x is 4x. Right? And y is 5, so it's going to be plus 30. And then you have a minus x squared. And then y is 5, so minus 25. And then plus 7. Right, so this is going to be simplified as, let's see, 4x and a minus x squared. And you have 5 plus 7, so it's going to be 12. Right, so if you take the derivative there with respect to x, you're going to get 4 minus 2x. So set that equal to 0, so you can see that x is equal to 2. You're going to have a critical number, so x equals 2, which is here. So all we have to do is 2 comma 5, so find the f of 2 comma 5. And this is going to be, right, so 2 comma 5, so it's going to be 8. Put 5 there, so plus 30. And a minus x squared, so that's 4. Y squared would be 25. And a plus 7. Alright, so you're going to have, let's see, 30 minus 25 is 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. And 1 plus 7 is 8. Plus 8 would be 16. Alright, so value there is 16. Alright, last one. So we look at here. So this is x equals 4. So f of x equals 4 comma y. So if x is 4, so you have 16 and plus 6y minus, let's see, x is 4 squared is 16 and minus y squared plus 7. So we can cancel 16 and then minus 16, and then we take the derivative of this with respect to y, so partial derivative, so 4 comma y. Right, so you're going to have, let's see, 6 minus 2y is equal to 0. This will give you y equals 3. Right, so we're going to compute the value, and y is 3 and x is 4. Alright, so x is 4, 4 times 4 is 16, and 6 times y is 3, so it's going to be 18. And a minus x squared would be 16, and y squared would be 9, and then plus 7. So you can see that the 16 minus 16 cancel out. So 18 minus 9 is 9. 9 plus 7 would be 18. Oh, wait a minute. 9 plus 7 is 16, sorry. Right? So value here is 4 comma 3. Is the value there is 16. Right? And so those are the all possible places where the absolute max and the absolute minimum value occur. And you can see that the highest value is 20 at the 2 comma 3. So maximum value, so therefore absolute maximum value would be 20, and the absolute minimum value, and the lowest value, as you can see, it's a 7. Right? So let's type it in. Alright, so absolute maximum is 20. And the absolute minimum is 7. Alright, so let's check the answer. Submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.